They say mewing gives you riz, but I don't need a jaw to have the ultimate aura. Welcome to Deep Thoughts While Gaming. I'm Chris Chappell. The 1999 and 2001 classics, Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver 1 and 2, finally got remastered. The perfection of the PlayStation 1 graphics, remade to look kind of generic. These were the games that dominated my childhood. No other game had this vibe. And the voice acting.
Free will is an illusion.
Created by Crystal Dynamics and published by Eidos Interactive, Soul Reaver 1 and 2 continues the story left off from the 1996 action game Blood Omen, Legacy of Kain. Enter the land of Nosgoth, where all living beings are subject to the wheel of fate, the cycle of life, death, and rebirth, created and controlled by the Elder God. In Soul Reaver 1 and 2 Remastered, you play as vampire-turned-wraith Raziel, lieutenant to the vampire lord Kain, who all but wiped out humanity, creating a vampiric empire. Raziel has faithfully served his lord for millennia, and finally grew wings. Drinking all those Red Bulls finally paid off. But in probably one of the greatest cutscenes ever seen on the PlayStation 1, Kain rips them apart in a seeming fit of jealousy. He then throws you into the Lake of the Dead, filled with Mountain Dew. You wake up only you're dead. You're a wraith, greeted centuries later by the Lovecraftian horror, the Elder God. He's the good guy? The Elder God tells you the world is dying because the souls of the dead remain trapped in their vampiric bodies, and he cannot spin them in the wheel of fate without your help. You are the Elder God's Soul Reaver, his angel of death, with one task in mind: take revenge and destroy Kain, and devour the souls of his vampiric followers. Throughout the game, you go back and forth between the spectral and material realms, gliding with your flappy skins, moving boxes around like an Amazon warehouse worker, T-posing through barriers, and feeding on the souls of your enemies as you hunt down Kain. Ultimately acquiring Kain's blade, coincidentally also called the Soul Reaver. It's probably fine. Your enemies are vampires, and they possess vampiric powers and weaknesses. The same weaknesses as basement-dwelling neckbeards, sunlight, and a bath. But as you continue your quest of revenge, traveling through history with the help of the Elder God's servant Mobius, the Time Streamer, your goals shift from a hunt for Kain into a hunt for the truth, the reality of this world, thanks to some pretty big truth bombs. And it turns out, you have the power to set history in motion to its inevitable conclusions. The Legacy of Kain is a series focused on themes of fate and free will, but it's also a tale of Gnosticism, an amalgamation of Persian, Egyptian, Jewish, Christian, and Greek ideas. Gnostics believe that the spiritual is good and physical matter is evil. If only the Gnostics knew the spiritual realm was full of these guys. And that the demiurge, a false god, is an oppressive deceiver who rules over the material realm and feeds on ignorance. The Gnostics sought secret knowledge that would grant them a true understanding of how the world really operates in order to find liberation. In Soul Reaver, the material world of Kain's empire is broken and decaying, built on lies and deceit, and it must be destroyed. Truth is found in the realm of the spirit. Kain is the demiurge, and you're put on the right path by the true Elder God. The Elder God loves you. Raziel's hunt of his vampire creator Kain becomes a gnostic journey of seeing true history and recognizing that Kain, despite his pretensions of godhood, is the demiurge. Gnosticism runs alive and well in the 21st century. There are many who believe that the solution to the world's problems lie in some secret knowledge, made hidden by some malevolent demiurge or power structure, and that one must awaken to the truth to become woke. To be woke means to see the current world order for what it is: the decay of late-stage Nosgothian capitalism, parasitic social structures, a ruling elite that are literally vampires. But dread not, for you, Raziel, in your righteous class struggle, will bring about an end to the old world order, a collapse of Kain's empire, clearly a representation of Christendom as an institution of oppression, and drive history to its inevitable conclusion? Communism, a utopia, all souls equal before the loving elder god. At least that's how it's presented to Raziel in the first game. But in Soul Reaver 2, you come to find that the cliched, simplistic narrative presented by the elder god is actually a lie, designed to manipulate Raziel into doing its dirty work. There's no salvation at the end of that road, no utopia, but the very destruction you thought you were fighting against. History is fallen, perverted from its true course, thanks to the machinations of the elder god. Kain, representing the physical and material, a world of flesh and blood, lots of blood, has been much maligned. It is he, as the guardian of balance, who is trying to restore the world to its proper order. Christendom is back, baby! The only way they can make it more overt is if Kain dies and is resurrected. And the true demiurge, the oppressive deceiver, cut off from the material realm, feeding on ignorance and souls, is the elder god, who has been driving historical events to feed his endless hunger. You mean the giant squid monster wasn't the good guy? The story of Legacy of Kain is that of rectifying and redeeming history, of restoring it to its proper flow by rewriting the plot. There's a lot to be learned from the Soul Reaver series, but maybe it's best summed up by this piece of advice. Beware those promising you secret wisdom to change the world. They probably have tentacles. Thank you for watching Deep Thoughts While Gaming. And remember, if you don't want to be consumed by the Elder God, smash that like button and subscribe. You can support more Deep Thoughts While Gaming over at patreon.com/gamersunbeaten, or you can hit that join button to become a channel member. You'll get access to an exclusive Discord server, live streams, videos, emojis, and your very own maiden. May not include her entire face. And check out this Deep Thoughts While Gaming about RimWorld and why you're an evil bastard.